Hi, Peter. Thank you for being with us. We would like to start talking about innovation in the cherry industry, as I said. You are consultant in one of the most modern cherry orchards in the world. Could you tell us a little bit about that? What is about this project? Who came up with this, and what is its objective?
The ideas of this orchard are coming mainly from some of the ideas of my father. And there was a grower that saw those ideas, and after some discussion, this grower decided to create this unique project. We started growing cherries in pots in 2012. So about some words about the orchard, why it is, we can say, one of the most modern, is cherries are growing in pots, not in the soil. So they are receiving all the irrigation and fertilizers via the water of the irrigation water. We are growing also in side of a greenhouse, which is a retractable roof greenhouse. So we can open and close the roof and also the sides of the greenhouse. And the last part is that we are using a pruning system, which is a pergola system. I think now many growers in Chile know this, but it's a quite new way of pruning with breaking the branches. So that is why it's a modern orchard.
So this was created because you saw a need in the industry, or you saw that there was an opportunity to, experience something new?
Look, I think this project was created because of passion. So first of all, I think the grower who decided to invest into this project his requirement was to change his farm. And I think this is a real important need. This grower was a fruit farmer on more than 70 hectares of surface. So it's a quite big farm. But back in 2015, he was having a very huge damage because of a hailstorm. So he decided to create a different way of fruit growing, and he decided to decrease the size of his farm and to focus on crops that are having a very high value, and to work on those crops in a lower surface compared to the past. So this was one of the need of the grower to grow small and to grow something that is absolutely guaranteed for the income and for the production. So then the other side of the technology inside it was passion, some ideas that is coming from my father, and are not relevant for the moment in the project, but it was the inspiration. But the real need was for the grower to do something that is 100% guaranteed for the end result.
And what kind of variety do you have in this orchard? You told me that there were sweet cherries mainly.
Yeah, so this orchard is dedicated to sweet cherries. We have the main variety is Nimba, and the pollinator is Sweet Early. We are targeting an early production, so we were looking for a variety that is an early variety in the variety calendar.
And what stage are you right now in the garden? Is in production, training? Maybe you're a little bit more advanced.
So in the moment, it is a productive orchard, and we started. So the planting of the trees happened back in 2020. So now it's the fifth leaf. The orchard was producing already 12 tons last year, and is producing hopefully much more this year. So we are in a fully productive stage in the moment.
Perfect. Obviously, you were talking about new tools or a different approach to ways of improve the production of the orchard. What role, in your opinion, plays technology in this? We have seen that technology is now a huge tool for producers, for growers. What is your opinion about it?
So okay, so I think that there are some elements of growing which are, let's say, technology related. So first of all, I think the number one here is the covering system. So we are using a covering system to protect against all the negative climate events. And I think one of the big benefit of the system is that we can open and close this system anytime when we need. In the moment, I see a lot of work ongoing in Europe, but also in other parts of the world, about systems that allow the grower to open and close the roof or the plastic cover over the cherries according to his need. And I think this is something for the future that is a very good tool. It's a very effective tool for the grower. However, in the moment, the cost related to this kind of systems are very high. But I see that there is a lot of companies now working about this, and I hope that with time and with competition and with further improvement, maybe there will be a little bit lower cost because in the moment, compared to a classic plastic covering, I think these kind of system are now more or less 3 times more expensive. And I think it is not possible to cover this kind of extra investment in all the condition. In some condition, when you are very early or very late, it is possible. But in the middle of the season, when there is a high volume on the market, it is difficult to get the extra profit from the system. But for the growing, I think this is one of the example of what technology can do for you. And then there are a lot of others, but this is one of the things I would like to, let's say, highlight from this project as a new technology. And obviously, this kind of thing means that it is, in this case, the roof or the covering of the cherries will be controlled by a climate computer. So a lot of other things are coming, because then it is not you, not the grower is switching on and off the roof to open and close, but there is a meteorological station that is collecting data from sunshine to wind to rainfall to humidity, and you can create climate models in order to do whatever you want. If you want to go advanced, or if you want to go late, or whatever is possible. And there is a high possibility to climate management around cherries, which is in the moment is looks very expensive, but there is a lot of benefit. So hopefully in the future we will have more growers with this kind of possibility.
Especially for the climate situation that you were mentioning, because we have seen that this is one of the main problems in the world. No, in Chile, in the United States, in Turkey, whoever you talk to that is related to the cherry industry, they would mention that climate is one of the issues right now.
I think is the number one issue because I was just saying a week ago to one of the farmer I was talking to that the new normal here in Hungary is that every year we have frost damage. So the new normal is there is frost every year. Then the weather is so unstable that it can happen like last year in Europe. It happened in Italy, Spain, and Greece that you have a lot of rainfall in the harvest. So the problem is that fruit growing today is so expensive that it is not possible anymore that you have years when you don't have a crop. If you don't have a crop, you go bankrupt. So you need to have a crop every year. So then we have the technology to secure the crop, because we can cover, we can protect against the frost, everything is possible. The problem is that in the moment, an orchard which is protected from hail and protected from rain and is protected from frost is in Europe, our cost is close to 100,000 euros for hectare. And this is changing a lot the number of the growers, who is able to invest, who is not able to invest, because it is we are not millionaires. So fruit growers are not able to say that, okay, I see the climate change, and then from tomorrow I will do this, what I do, but with the need for money, which is 10 times more than before. This is the challenge. But I can confirm you that here in Eastern Europe, the number one thing that is changing our life is the climate change. This is what we need to fight. The only way to fight it is through money. So you need to invest more in order to be able to grow through it, because if we don't invest in technology and protecting, we can finish what we do, or we should do something else, but not this.
Yeah, no, it's something very similar to what happened here in Chile. So I wanted to ask you, I don't know if you know a little bit more about the technology that we use here, but as you say, we use a lot the cover system. We also use a lot the spraying system for prevent frost damage. I don't know if you know about the use of technology here, but if you do, how do you see Chile as one of the main producers or exporter of cherries in the world?
I was lucky to visit Chile 3 times in my life.
Oh, that's amazing.
The first was in 2008, the second was in 2012, and the third was in 2017. So sometime I need to go again. But I think in the moment we can say that during this 15 years of time, I think Chile now is becoming one of the center of the innovation around cherries. I think, okay, one thing that is obvious is that you are the leader for the post-harvest. I think all the cherry society around the world can say a big thank you for Chile to have all the motivation to change the post-harvest that we think about cherries, because I know that 15, 20 years ago, it was like kind of crazy to think about to put cherries on a container to send them to China, and now you are doing it with 100,000 of tons. But also I see also a lot of innovation on other fields now. Now there is also an effort to create new varieties. I think also to think about the quality of the cherries, because again, because of the post-harvest, you need quality, you need a lot of bricks and a lot of dry matter in the cherries so that they stand for a long time in the shelf life and in the storage. So I don't know everything in detail, but I can tell you that as somebody who is passionate about cherries and is working in the cherry industry, we are following day to day what we can see from Chile, what are the news, what are the new things that now are doing in Chile, because I think now a lot of us, we are becoming followers of some of the things that are happening there.
That's amazing. And yes, back to you. We are actually following what you are doing as well. That's why we're having this interview. So that's amazing. And finally, to finish this, coming back to the first question about this really modern orchard, what do you say is the signature of the fruit that you are producing, that you're working on right now?
So what do you? You mean the unique character or something like that?
Yes.
Look, maybe I am not so good in marketing about this, but the unique is not unique. But what we try to do is, first of all, to be early on the market, because climate change is putting this more and more in advance. But what we can see is that if we can produce here in Europe before the middle of May, we have very high prices. So number one goal here is to produce an early crop. The second thing is due to the system, the production system, and with every year of experience, I hope and I would like to see that we can reach a very high yield with a very good quality. So there is a lot of discussion we can do about this, about what is the limiting factor, but this is one thing. But I think in terms of the value for the consumer or for the traders is the earliness, and obviously cherries that are coming from a greenhouse environment are very healthy. We don't need to spray that much about the fungicides. We have a good climate management, so it's a more healthy product. It's an early product, and I think also looking at the fruit that is coming from a greenhouse, they are very shiny, they are very fresh. So this can be the unique things. But I think some other growers in Europe or in Chile or the US or Turkey can have similar results. We are not a lot of them on the market for sure, but these can be some of the selling point of the fruit that is coming from this orchard.
Amazing. Peter, thank you so much for this interview. Thank you for your time. Hopefully we will see you in Chile here soon again.
I hope that some of the next season, I hope to come and to see what is going on there again.
That would be amazing. Thank you, Peter. Thank you so much.